Hi, folks. Impromptu live stream from home today, and on a Friday afternoon. Beautiful day over here. Really, I was out earlier. Almost don't want to come in, but as long as I'm in, share some time with you. And this is again, unannounced, just off the top live stream. So we'll just see how many people maybe come by and say hi. Everybody getting ready for record store day tomorrow, huh? Oh, James Gracia, good afternoon to you. Karen Brayjag, so good to see you, Karen, all the time. When I get to see you, I like seeing you. Hello. Usually say breakfast with Mayo. Well, this is what is this? Late lunch with Mayo? Depending where you are, of course. Could be dinner with Mayo. Breakfast is done. Yeah, it's a while ago. I forgot to bring my water here. Always forget something. Like to sit here with my bottle of water that I got. My throat gets dry doing these things. So afternoon, Zando. Hey, it's George. Music for all four seasons. What's going on, George? Doing well. How about you? You were lucky yesterday. You got one of the McCartney signed books. Now, when you say McCartney signed books, refresh my memory as to what that is. Signed who, what, where, when, how, all that kind of stuff. Oh, the new book that's coming out. Okay, of all his old photos. All right. Signed by Paul. 175 signed copies got released. Bookstores in the UK got one or two each. That's lucky indeed. Congratulations. Hello to Mark Chikasawa. What's the deal with I don't know what that is. The Red Rose Speedway 50th anniversary. Well, Red Rose Speedway 50th anniversary is going to debut on Record Store Day. It's a series of half speed masters, if that's what you mean. On the Record Store Day thing. They're coming out with the 50. Usually, are they 50? Always 50th? These half speed masters, I forget. But with the OB strip, they got the OB strip in their half speed masterings. And there is a 50th for Red Rose Speedway coming out tomorrow. Real Jackson, hello, doing good. See, we got about 30 people here at this point. I don't have anything to say at this moment other than saying looking forward to getting some records on Record Store Day tomorrow. I'm glad you enjoyed my Beetle Fest content. Yeah, it was a really good fest and it was well attended. Everybody had a good time. I recently found a stereo copy of Introducing the Beatles, but this one has a twist. It is a stereo vinyl with a mono labels inside of a mono cover. Yeah, well, that happens a lot. I don't know. At least I'm used to my neck of the woods. My record store. I mean, there were always Frankenstein copies, if you will. If that's I mean, the different records and different covers and so forth. Hello, Lee. What's going on? If you want to help restore forgotten star John Lennon's reputation, then buy his new box set tomorrow. No, I went on record. Sometimes I say, as we all know, sometimes I say I'm not going to get something, I'm not going to buy, it, and then I do. And then there are other times when I say I'm not going to buy it, and I stick to it. It's really that simple. When it came to the John Lennon box set that's coming out for Record Store Day, I said, and I mean it, I'm not buying it. Just too expensive. It's around 400 US dollars, maybe a little less, maybe more depending where you are. And I just don't think there's any real reason for it. I mean, it's not nothing new. The box artwork isn't particularly interesting. It's kind of just plain white. I mean, it's not even like interesting pictures or anything. Um, I've said this before. I'm not going to buy it, but sometimes the John Lennon estate gives gifts out, and I've gotten gifts in the past. I have not gotten this as a gift yet. I don't expect to. It's a little late now, you know. If I was going to be getting a gift for the Lennons this time around, as I had in the past, I probably would have received it already. I haven't received it. I know two other people got it. Two other people. One person was in England, and one person was in Canada. And as far as I know, those are the only two people that were lucky enough to get it. But no, I have no intention of buying it. I'll just let it pass. If I don't get it as a gift, I'll pass it up. Okay, let's see. Before the 2014 mono vinyl, the red colored Japan only mono 60s vinyl were highly regarded. Wonder if it's still something I should keep having the 2014 mono remasters. That's Steve 1970. I don't know. It gets crazy. It really does for me anyway. These days I've got so many copies of so many different records, both vinyl and CD, that when it comes to actually playing these, I play what I'm in the mood for. I don't go crazy. I'm not like a real audiophile nut, so I only you only get one free gift. No, I've gotten several from the Lennons, you know, among with other people, I'm just suspecting that this particular box, the John Lennon Record Store Day box, give me some truth with the 9 discs in it. It's very expensive, and it's limited to only 1,500 copies, and the shipping would be a lot of money because the Lennon the Lennons usually ship this stuff on the Lennon estate. The company that ships the gifts is based in England. So it makes sense that, like Andrew Dixon was somebody who got it. Andrew Dixon lives in England. It made perfect sense that he would have gotten it. He lives in England, easy. Not that expensive. And Larry Graves also got it. Larry Graves is in Canada. As far as I know, nobody from the U.S. got it. But who knows? No, I did. I wasn't the one who mentioned in another video that a new Beatles mono reissue set is coming. No, I didn't mention that. Let's see. Hello, Scott Seinheim. And yes, I'm waiting for London Town and Back to the Egg archives also. Would be really nice to get that, but hopefully it's going to be coming. Hopefully they're going to be coming. Plural there, not just one, both. Hopefully. Yeah, no, I won't be getting the making of Blue Hawaii. No, I'm also not going for on Record Store Day. I'm not going to get the Elvis Burning Love Sessions one because I was under the impression, for whatever reason, that the Elvis Presley Burning Love Record Store Day vinyl was going to be just Burning Love takes, but it's a lot of stuff on there. Not just it's not just Burning Love. So I'm going to pass it. Uh, Lee, all kidding aside, I don't do that much for Yoko. I mean, basically what it comes down to with Yoko Ono is that I just respect the fact that John loved her, and whether we understand her unconventional and strange ways uh, or not, John was happy. And since I like John as as my favorite Beatle and everything, I like him to be happy. It really doesn't come out to much more than that. But, no, I've gotten a lot of gifts before. I'm satisfied. I appreciate that. Lennon Estate was very nice. I can see where this particular release, they're not exactly giving away tons of these things. It's very limited, very expensive. I don't know how Yoko's doing lately. As far as I know, she is ill, yes, as far as I know, but I don't know the details. I'm just gonna take a moment here to say, tomorrow is Record Store Day, and, I plan on doing a live stream tomorrow, not from Record Store Day. I'm going to be doing it from somewhere else. But if anybody wants to check my channel out tomorrow, somewhere, probably I don't know when it's going to be. Probably, I don't know what time. Probably 10 a.m. or something like that. 10 a.m. and on. Kind of from 10 a.m. to like the early noon time. I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow, so check that out. Wish I brought my water in here with me. Yeah, by the way, the Red Rose Speedway, Paul McCartney Wings Record Store Day item, it's going to be available after Record Store Day. As far as I understand it, Record Store Day, this is just a debut. It's debuting on Record Store Day, but you're going to be able to get it otherwise. And I've decided that I am going to get it. Probably, good chance I'm going to get the Red Rose Speedway. Am I getting Joan Jett? Looks like just a reissue. Yeah, I'm definitely getting Joan Jett. It is just a reissue, but it's on lemonade vinyl. It's going to be yellow lemonade vinyl, and I'm a Joan Jett fan and collector, so I'm going to get it uh, if I can find a copy. Hello, Darren Gamble. What's a good word? You never know, Lee. You never know about the Carl Perkins Beatles reunion. Yeah, there's been Joan Jett stuff and Runaway stuff on Record Store Days. What's going on, folks? Yeah, I heard there's going to be a Susie Quattro release as well. That album. I don't know. I'm not getting that one. I've gotten Susie Quattro things in the past, but I think I'm going to pass on this one. I do have her albums. eBay scalpers have Red Rose Speedway priced at 99 bucks. What are you going to do? Sorry for the lull, folks. Just waiting for commenters. Yeah, Scott says those scalpers are getting crazy money for things not even sold yet. Yeah, quite the gamble. Yeah, I'm lucky. I've been lucky that I live in an area of the United States where I've got a bunch of record stores around here, and I can get just about anything. But it's not going to be the case forever, as I say, because hopefully the next couple of years I'm going to be moving out of state. So we'll see. Paul Simon has a new album coming out. I like Paul Simon. Not particularly interested in anything new from him. But do like Paul Simon. He's one of my favorite artists and one of my favorite songwriters. Do I think that the Beatles Apple will acquire and release the Stowe show that has been recently uncovered? Yeah, there's been some kind of early show of the Beatles that's uncovered. I haven't heard it yet myself, but everybody's telling me, this is a new item that's come out, and that remains to be seen, or heard if they're going to put that out. I don't know. Do I think they would? I still wish that the Beatles and Apple would put out a really nice live box, a compilation. Find the best video you can, find the best audio you can, and put out a compilation of best concert performances. Lee says, for the first 40 plus years, we've experienced numerous Paul live set lists of solo and Paul Beatles songs, but could you imagine a John Lennon set list had he lived? You should put one together, Joe. Well, yeah, I've thought of that exercise a few times. I think we've even done it. We might have done that on shows like Talk More Talk, maybe. Marcus Thompson. Hello, Marcus. Good to see you here as always. Thanks for joining us. Gary. Hello, Gary of Gary's Comics and More. Yeah, I'm home today. Yes, I am. I was out earlier, home now. Beautiful day here. Amazing day. Good time to watch some movies, huh? Got movies to watch. Hey, Elliot. Hello, Elliot. Recently went to New York City to see May Pang. And he saw the May Pang movie and got a nice autograph of May on that wonderful CD, The Toot and Snore in '74. I tell you, Elliot, after having seen the photo you sent me, thank you for that photo of that autograph and getting a picture with May Pang. I really wish I had waited and gone to the city because I was almost going to go into Manhattan to see the movie, and I didn't. I said, "Nah, I'll stay local." It's Long Island, that is. So yeah, but that was nice. I'm sure at some point I will see May Pang. She'll be somewhere at some convention or some show. And when I do, I think maybe I'll get the same thing autographed that you did. I thought that was really a good pick to get that Toot and a Snore CD signed. Hello, Thomas. I don't know how to say your name. Is it Arn? Or is it AIM? AME or ARNE? I can't really read it. Could I review those Paul Simon items? No, I'm probably not. Probably not going to do that. I mean, I know Bookends and Bridge Over Troubled Water. You know, I'll never say never. I mean, I own Bookends and Bridge. Elliot says the new May Pang movie opened up his eyes and ears on some of the info revealed. Mine too, but don't forget, it's all coming from May Pang's perspective. And, John's not here to corroborate any of it, to confirm or deny any of it. And Yoko's in no shape to confirm or deny any of it. So, in that regard, keep it in mind. Arne, ARNE. Why do I not see ARNE? Looks like an M. M as in Mary. Okay, Arnie. Okay, Arnie. Sorry about that. My screen is just looking weird. Hello, Beetle Jeb. Yeah, you see, unfortunately, the Lost Weekend is not showing anywhere in the Cleveland area. Well, there you go. But I'd be very surprised if it does not come out, on home video or streaming or whatever. I'm sure everybody's going to get a chance to see it at some point. Elliot, I did not know that bit of trivia about May Pang's husband, ex-husband. Hmm. So even though May Pang couldn't get a hold of John Lennon for her own very long, apparently she did get a hold of Tony Visconti for a while. Kid O'Toole, hello, Kit. Good to see you here. Just popping in before heading off to see Dad. He's going to be coming home from the rehabilitation. That is fantastic. It's the first time I'm hearing that. Kid O'Toole. Recently her dad was in the hospital and he's doing better. And now what I'm hearing is coming home. So that's good to hear, Kit. It's the first time hearing of that. I didn't catch that news yet. Yeah, Astro Zombie says May Pang used to call into Howard Stern show and always cringed because she was married. Sometimes her husband was there, and she'd be nonstop talking about John like she was obsessed, even though she was obsessed. He was a Beatle after all. I mean, let's come on. Kid just got that wonderful news. That's great. That is great. Traveling Wilburys at one point performed Paul Simon's "Run That Body Down." Interesting. Elliot got to sit next to Maypang, Tony Visconti, and her kids at the Linda McCartney Memorial. Too bad it's under those circumstances, but remember, folks that are here now, I'm going to be doing this again tomorrow. Tomorrow's record store day, and I'm going to be doing this again. It's going to be kind of early. Could be 10 a.m., as early as 10 a.m., something like that, maybe 10 a.m. Eastern, I should say, and probably 11, 12, 1. It's going to be a couple hours. Exactly, kid. It's from May Pang's perspective. Exactly, exactly. Now, what's interesting too is, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I said. I really gave May Pang uh, kind of a free pass in a lot of ways in my review that I did, and I'm thinking about now. I've sort since then I've seen the movie twice more, and she's not truthful in something because my mother sent me a newspaper article, interview actually from Florida, and May Pang was interviewed in this. And in the question, one of the questions the interviewer asked May Pang in this interview is something like, "Do you feel some people are going to think it's kind of petty for you to kind of say that Yoko manipulated John?" And May Pang actually says in the answer, "Well, I'm not saying anything like that. I'm not. I have no comment on that. I don't comment on that. I'm just telling the story as it was. I don't know if she was manipulative or not." I saw the movie 3 times, and there's a narration in there where May Pang's voice right over says, "She just have to find some other way to manipulate him." So she did in fact say that in the film. So I don't know what she's talking about, but The main thing is I felt sorry for May because May was young, impressionable, fresh, free, young spirited, all that kind of thing, and she fell in love and she was hurt. So I feel sorry for her. Am I going to do be live while shopping at Record Store Day tomorrow? No, I'm not going to this year. No, no, this time I'm not going to be. I have to get my records real quick. I'm going to be able to get my records pretty early, hopefully, and then later on I got to go somewhere else. And it's from there that I'm going to be doing a live stream. Scott Campbell, am I going to get the 50th anniversary Red Rose Speedway on Record Store Day? I think so. I think so. It's funny. Elliot says, "Congratulations." It says my nephew and his wife gave birth to a baby boy yesterday. They named the baby Lennon, and I have to tell you, I know somebody who's now a young man. He's in his 20s. He's college age, I guess, college student age, and his name is Lennon. He's a musician, and I think he's played at the fest for Beatles fans too. And anyway, his name is also Lennon. Lennon. So I guess maybe there is some like for John Lennon these days, huh? Who knows? I'm being facetious in a way. And a lot of people say that about Europe. In Europe, Esther Zombie reminds us that John's bigger in Europe than the other Beatles are. I guess that's a European thing. Yeah, my perspective is always from, I guess, America mainly. I don't know. But then again, when you're reading the internet and you're reading all the negative stuff against John, it's the internet, social media is all over the globe. I will say this one. Elliot says Julian Lennon is releasing a new version of Saltwater as a single for Earth Day tomorrow. I like the song Saltwater by Julian Lennon, and the song Saltwater is featured in the May Pang movie, The Lost Weekend. Hello, Caitlin. Caitlin Larkin says, back when I gave Beatles tours for Hard Rock, I used to meet tons of kids named after Beatles. Lots of young kids named Lennon out there. Yeah, it's true. I thought that was a unique thing, but apparently there are. I don't think there's a lot of people named McCartney out there, first name basis, but probably Paul, a lot of Pauls out there. Uh, so, son named Harrison. That would be interesting. Happy Record Store Day Eve. I guess, yeah, sort of like that. Sort of like Record Store Day Eve today. That's right. Can I discuss the May Pang film? By all means, Elliot. Sure. If Jesus was more popular than the Beatles, it wasn't by much. No, I would say at that time it was not by much. But what's on your record list for my record list for tomorrow? Well, the Ringo Starr "Stop and Smell the Roses." I want to get the Blind Man soundtrack. Hopefully, if I can get the Blind Man soundtrack, the Ringo movie. A Joan Jett up your alley. Maybe Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks has a Belladonna Belladonna live album. Paul McCartney, Red Rose Speedway. Do I believe May Pang was still intimate with John up till his death? I'm gonna say no. I don't believe that. Um, the thing is, when you watch the May Pang movie, I'm gonna be as fair as I can. I tried to be fair in my review. I don't get the impression that May is a liar, really. Although, I mean, I'm going to say this gently. I don't think I don't think she has any reason to really lie. She seems to be telling her honest, true story. However, don't forget she she did lie to get the job. Yes, I can type. Yes, I can do that. A lot of people do that. Yes, I can type. Yes, I can file. I can do all these things. So she lied to get the job. And who knows? The bottom line when it comes to whether or not she was intimate with John way up to the end, um, you can't have your cake and eat it too. A lot of people a lot of people put John down and say he was a recluse and he was locked in the Dakota, and he was never went out of the Dakota. And when did he go to see May Pang? When exactly did they have all this intimate time? If Yoko supposedly controlled him and Yoko was watching his every move and Yoko was right there doing the business in the building and everything, and John was up in the Dakota just hanging out watching the wheels, I'd like to know when he went to see May Pang. The bottom line is we'll never know the truth because John's dead and he can't confirm or deny it. And as far as I know, I don't think I've ever heard John mention May Pang anywhere, honestly. David Fishman, hello. What's going on? Okay. Hey, it's Nick. What's going on? CD man. Yeah, I'm getting the Beatles related stuff pretty much. Anything else I'm excited about? Record Store Day? Yeah, a little bit else. Paul Green watched the new movie The Pope's Exorcist and gives it 8 out of 10. Hello, Lila. Lila asks, are you pretty much guaranteed anything Beatles related at your record store? Do they keep them for you? You have to just take your chances, really. That's the whole thing. You got to get it there early, and you got to try to get stuff early. Uh, let's see. Sorry, I'm going back. I kind of like got to go back, back, back. Oh, Doc Docus is listening to my show while dusting furniture. Oh, that's probably appropriate. Martin McGrath says you don't think a woman who has seen two UFOs and says John was spiked by Yoko to go back to her is a liar. Martin says May, like so many others, tells the story to suit her best. I don't know what's what. I don't know what's what. Yeah, Kid O'Toole says I would buy maybe that they kept in touch on the phone, but intimate. Kit doesn't know about that. And I don't doubt that they kept in touch on the phone. I'll go along with that. But as far as intimate, I don't think so. The conflicting things in the movie, Elliot says, is that May says Yoko asked her to go away with her, and then she says John asked her to go with him. I'm a little mixed up the way you're wording it. Um, will I buy two copies of everything on Record Store Day, one to play and one to keep and one to play? No. Hello, Jerome. Good afternoon. Is Blind Man a good movie? No. I've seen Blind Man. I own Blind Man. I wouldn't say it's a good movie, but I would say it's worth seeing because Ringo has a very uncharacteristic role in there. He's very different from good old Ringo. So for that reason alone, it's interesting. If Ringo wasn't interested in it, I wouldn't have any interest in it. Yeah, I'm with you. Martin says that he thinks that May Pang is a nice woman, but John wanted Yoko. Anyone saying otherwise is nuts. Not only is anyone saying otherwise nuts, but they're also wishful and hopeful. They hate Yoko so much they want to believe that John really wanted May or something. No, no. Yes, Yoko did encourage John to be with May. Yes. The night John died, Jack Douglas went back to the studio and erased something John said forever. Any thoughts on that? I don't know what it is. I don't know what he said, but I don't know how true it is. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Jack Douglas himself, right, relayed that story. I don't know. Talk to you later, kid. Good luck with everything. May Pang said that by dishing John off to her enabled Yoko to have an affair all on her own. First of all, I don't know if that's the case. May says that's the case. I don't know. Even if it's true, I say so what? I don't. You see, things like this happen in real life all the time. Between people, between couples. Nobody really thinks much of it because it's Yoko and John. It's a big deal to everybody. Lila says, sadly, once everyone with an inner circle of the Beatles has passed, will we be able to believe anything after that? I don't know. And they could say whatever the hell they want. And that's what I'm waiting for. I know it's going to happen to Paul probably. Paul, I have no interest in seeing the Evil Dead film. I do not like the Evil Dead films. The very first Evil Dead isn't too bad, but the other ones are just stupid. Bruce Campbell, crazy Three Stooge stuff, and I don't need that in my horror films. I like to keep the Three Stooges out of horror films. I have no interest in the Evil Dead. Sorry, you know, it's not my thing. Have I heard anything about the new Mal Evans book? Only that it's supposed to be coming out by Ken Womack later this year. I think this year. Pretty sure this year. Hello to Edward. What's up, Edward? Okay, Kevin says the Mal Evans book is October. Well, that's going to be interesting because nobody really knows a lot about the story of Mal Evans, and Mal Evans actually, his actual diaries are going to be addressed and used. Caitlin Larkin, very cool. He's got some malware, so to speak. Mal Evans is where. I'm sure it has something to do with an anvil, right? Like Maxwell Silver Hammer. Jim Keltner plays drums on the new Julian Lennon "Salt Water" single. Boy, I tell you, Jim Keltner, I wish he'd go to a Beatle Fest. I really do. I hope he goes to Beatle Fest 2024. What songs do I consider children's songs by the Beatles? Oh, geez, I can't think right now. All Together Now, Yellow Submarine. Those are the first two I think of. There are probably others. Hello, Harold. Did I say hello to Harold? I forget. If I didn't say if I said hello to Harold, I'll say hello to him twice. Elliot, I have not heard anything else about a Ringo box set, the Ringo album, self-titled 50th anniversary box yet. I'm really hoping we get one. Somebody that we know in the inner circle, so to speak, said it's happening. That's all we know. Yes, Octopus's Garden. I forgot about. I consider Octopus's Garden kind of a kiddie song too, in my opinion. Did Kane from Poltergeist scare me? I don't know. I saw Poltergeist. Don't remember being scared of anything in there. Do I think Let It Be Naked will ever get reissued on vinyl? There's no way of me knowing that. I haven't heard anything about it. You know, I haven't heard anything about that. What's up there? Only sleeping. What's going on? Yeah, it would be good to hear a Richard Perry commentary on the sessions, the Ringo album. Yeah, Good Day Sunshine is also Kitty. Would I like to live in Lennon's flat in Dakota? I don't think I'd like to live in the Dakota. I don't think. Or would there be too many ghosts for me? Well, I don't believe in ghosts for one thing. Put it this way: if I was a millionaire and I could live in Lennon's, where Lennon in the same place Lennon lived, why not? You know what I mean? But that's the only way that would ever happen is if I was a millionaire or billionaire. Let's put it that way. I have never seen George Sesford. George Sesford is somebody who used to come on to my live streams and an older guy, and yeah, I've never seen him come back. Well, the Dakota is kind of big. No, I think so. I'm pretty sure the Dakota is exclusive to rich people. Everybody that I know that I've ever heard live there is pretty wealthy. Yeah, and Rubber Soul. I mean, Giles Martin pretty much said Rubber Soul is going to be the next Beetle box. You know, real love is the real true thing. It's true. I actually do live in the Dakota. This is the Dakota, believe it or not. Yeah, it'd be fun to live in the house that's in Help. Why not? These are crazy questions, folks. Would I live? Would I live here? Would I live there? Would I live if Olivia Harrison let me live in a giant room at Friar Park? Would I? I don't know. Yeah, the kind of sunken pit where John hangs out in the movie Help is cool. Yes, James, it's true that Boris Karloff did once live in the Dakota. Yes. Yeah, Doc, a lot of times I can't make those Thursday chats. I wish I could, but I'm usually hanging out with Ms. Mayo at that time. So it's usually it's kind of hard to get on there. I'm usually busy till about, hanging out till about 10:30. Do I know anyone who met John Lennon personally? Yes, I do. It's nothing really. It's not much of a story though, by the way. I know a few people, and these people I don't know well. I know them casually, kind of. No, never. I never saw The Haunting of Julia. And Dennis is correct. Yeah, Rosemary's Baby was filmed at the Dakota. Yes, indeed. No, Harold, I didn't pick up that George Harrison 80th birthday magazine, nor the Paul one. I just have too many magazines. I'm well aware of that, Liam. I'm well aware of that. If I went to the Dakota in '79 and '80, I could have met John. I should have made a lot of trips there, and I didn't. I was too young at the time. I wasn't used to hanging out in the city, at that time, unfortunately. I don't. I saw the movie Two of Us, but I don't remember how the Dakota was depicted in it. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. And no, I've never met Olivia Harrison. So I'm going to be cutting this short soon, folks. I don't want to go more than an hour today. But keep in mind that I'm going to be probably doing this again tomorrow, and it's probably going to be a rather lengthy stream tomorrow. I'm going to be doing this. So if you want to watch tomorrow here, it's going to be probably like 10 a.m. in the morning or something like that. Maybe 10, 11 a.m. in the morning Eastern, 10, 11 Eastern. I don't know if I'd be infuriated if I had a ticket to see the Beatles and all I heard was screaming. I don't know. These days I would. With my mindset these days, I wouldn't like something like that. But I don't know how I would feel then. Yeah, we're all hoping for two box sets this year, but yeah, I gotta say that not for nothing, Marcus. I thank you for backing me up there. Yeah, there was a comment. Nothing against Tim Allen personally. It just happened to be Tim. Tim's a friend of mine, and I like Tim. But I'm just saying, Tim Allen happened to say something about when I said John's marginalized these days. Tim Allen said, "Well, isn't there a movie that's out about John now?" And I said, "Yeah, who's going to it?" You know, most of the people I know, the Beatle people, for one reason or another, have not gone to see the John Lennon movie in the theater. Can the Beatles story ever reach saturation point? You tell me. This is the year 2023, and everybody still wants to know all about the Beatles and talk about them on many channels and all over the place. And I'm sure in 1964, they never thought that was going to happen in 2023. So who knows? There's always interest in the Beatles for whatever reason. It's true. The John Lennon movie was only playing one day, but not. I found a theater that was playing it for like a week. So it's true. It only played one day in most places. That is true. But there was a place that played it a whole week in my area. It was an independent theater. It wasn't a major theater. It was an independent theater. But Doc wants to know who's buying the Beatles' Little Golden Book. Yeah, I've heard about that. Not me. That's it. For all these people who think I have everything, you know, or want everything. I didn't buy McCartney's "Hey Granddude" either. I know the Daleks have something to do with Doctor Who, but I'm not interested in the Doctor Who stuff. Yeah, I John Lennon biopics are tough, man. They're tough. They really are. Whenever because there's a lot of movies about John and the Beatles. Is McCartney working on a new album? I haven't heard that he's actually working on a new album per se. I don't think. That's a shame, Elliot. Elliot says in the '70s he was able to get into John Lennon's office, but John wasn't in. Well, in 1977, I managed to get to the Dakota to the front and ask the doorman if John was in, but he was vacationing in Japan at the time. That was the one time I really went to the actual door of the Dakota, so to speak, doorway of the Dakota, with when John was still alive. So, all right, folks, I'm gonna kind of nip this now in, and not really the bud, but before it gets more over an hour. This has been good. It's been fun just popping here unannounced, unplanned to do this. And happy Record Store Day tomorrow to everybody. Hope you get what you want. I hope I get what I want. And don't forget, I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to be doing it just me like this, or if I'm going to go up and have guests on there. Maybe I'll ask Doc Dacus. I don't know if he's going to run around for Record Store Day, but I'll ask Doc Dacus. You there, Doc? I don't know if you're listening still, but maybe I'll see if anybody wants to come up on screen. I could do one of those. It'll be like 10 a.m. Eastern, 11. It'll be early, but it could go. I don't know how long I'm going to be stuck where I am. I got to go somewhere again. I'll be stuck there. So maybe we'll see what we're going to do tomorrow. But I'll be on. Let's put it that way. So thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. See you all soon.